We can't afford food, we can't afford gas, we can't afford housing. No one's coming to save us. When asked to what extent did he factor in financial situations of the American people, he said, not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situations. Rising gas prices, rising food costs, rising housing costs, and he doesn't care about our financial situations. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. This is bad. This is the biggest grift of all time, and we have been had. Well, you've been had. You voted for him 2 or 3 times.
Why is gas $5 a gallon? And like, why do I have to pay rent? And why is rent so high? And why do I have to drive my car and get the gas that I have to get to go to the job that I have to pay for rent? Why do I have to do all of that stuff? And why are you making it so fucking expensive to do it? I don't even want to get out and pump my gas. It feels like getting out and just knowing someone's gonna fucking stab you. Why would you get out? And this is beginning. This is the beginning of life. What am I supposed to do forever?
How are y'all affording stuff right now? I feel like we're not talking enough about this. Everything is so freaking expensive, and I don't know what the heck. I know I'm not the only one going through this. I mean, from groceries, clothes, everything is so expensive right now, and it's literally by the grace of God that me and my family are surviving. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody who doesn't make the type of money that I make. And I don't even make a lot of money. But like, this is really a struggle. How are we surviving?
Bro, I'm not gonna fucking make it in this fucking world because, like, tell me why I just went to fucking Kroger's and got groceries. I just got paid today. My last fucking paycheck. And I spent $73 fucking dollars on popcorn, crackers, Cheez-Its, milk, ranch dressing, tomatoes. Just basic shit, man. Like, a box of fucking Cheez-Its and a box of fucking crackers was $5 a fucking piece. The ranch dressing was fucking $5. The tomatoes were $4. Like, the milk is $7 a gallon and my kid drinks 3 gallons a week. That's $20 fucking dollars. Like, how the fuck did I barely get any goddamn food and it's $73 fucking dollars? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
This is what the cost of living crisis looks like. My 2026 life is exactly the same as my 2025 life, except that it costs $400 more per month. And that's because my health insurance went up by $200 a month. My home insurance went up by $30 a month. Gas has gone up almost $1 per gallon in the last 3 weeks alone. Groceries are more expensive. Electricity is more expensive. And none of these increases are my fault, and they're not your fault either. None of this is because I'm bad with money or I'm spending too much on avocado toast. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm cooking at home. I am doing low-cost hobbies like hiking and biking. But when costs go up and random stuff happens, like a leak in my roof, that means I have to pay more. This is unsustainable for the vast majority of Americans. And while I absolutely believe that an individual has the power to change their life, I also think we need to be realistic about how systemic this cost of living crisis is. In order for things to change, we need top-down change.
You have to choose whether you drive or eat, you know? So, I mean, gas prices are crazy.
We're seeing gas prices at $4.19 at this gas station right now. I mean, what do you make of that?
It's too expensive, man. Can't nobody, you know, if you make $15 an hour, you're young, like this is college town, how you going to survive like that?
I mean, it's been a big impact, especially since I travel so much for work. It puts a big damper on my living expenses and everything. It makes it difficult to really reach, financial goals. It's really frustrating, especially since they're just constantly increasing.
It was the whole thing that Trump promised everyone that people voted for is lower gas prices, and here we are.
Lower prices on everything is what he said. Groceries, gas, everything. And I feel like everything is just more expensive.
$10 really don't give you a half a tank these days.
And how's that impacting your life, your day-to-day, your bottom line?
It's kind of hard, but you have to do what you got to do, You got to maintain.
What is the latest electric bill that you can remember paying?
Our latest was $593. Last month it was $603. I have never, ever paid that kind of money.
This winter I received a center point bill for $839.32. That is double my mortgage.
I'm here in Evansville, Indiana, where residents have seen one of the highest rate hikes in the country.
People are going without medicine or taking their medicine every other day instead of every day. People are going to food banks because they can't afford to buy food. People are not paying other bills so that they can satisfy the CenterPoint bill and not have their electricity cut off.
Energy should be available to everyone. It should not be a luxury item, and it's become a luxury item.
CenterPoint Vice President Mike Rader says the new rate increase will initially start with a $7 bump to the average customer's monthly bill, and that rate will increase to over $25 every month by the end of the year.
What I'm holding is a chart showing the amount of people who are 60 days behind in paying their bill. When the first phase of our rate increase occurred in March, you can see that giant spike, and we're all the way up to folks owing $4.9 million in arrears.
Millions of Americans are feeling squeezed by higher prices, but who is really responsible? Gas, groceries, rent, insurance. For many families, every trip to the store feels more expensive than the last. So the big question is, are these rising costs the result of government policy, global economic forces, or a combination of both? Let's watch more clips and we'll come back to talk about it.
I just got an email that Netflix is raising its prices to $27. I don't know how old you are, but to me, I am used to paying $7.99 for Netflix, and then when they raised it to $11.99, I threw a fit. I don't know, I like blacked out in the middle, I think, because it must have just kept inching and I just didn't notice or pay attention. Or maybe it's that it's because it's everywhere. So now it's $27 for Netflix. Spotify just went up. HBO Max, whatever the fuck they call themselves now. HBO Plus Max Plus HBO, whatever, raised their prices. Hulu raised their prices. Disney Plus raised their prices. You now have to pay for premium seats when you fly, even though the premium seats are just the regular economy, what used to be. Obviously, we all know about the bags. You used to be able to have a bag. Now you can't have a bag. You have to pay for that. Gas prices. Don't even get me started. My insurance went up almost double. My gas bill for the house tripled, more than tripled. I complained about that last month on here. I made a video about that. Literally, I'm in Georgia. I don't know if that's the same everywhere else, but yeah, gas is more than tripled. The county taxes, property taxes, those doubled also. So then my mortgage, because it's in my escrow account, that went up astronomically. What else? Pretty much everything else that I can think of has gone up as well. So, I don't know how, grocery prices. Hello, how did I forget that one? Yeah, grocery prices, have gone up as well. So it's just like money out the door. I've never made as much money as I do now. And I, feel like it doesn't really make a substantial difference in my lifestyle because everything is so fucking bloody expensive. So, I can't be the only one who is feeling very frustrated by that. And so I would like you to put in the comments all the things that you're mad about that have gone up in price, because this is just getting to a point where I feel like the pitchforks are going to come out at some point because we can't do this. Like, what do you mean? This is absolutely like, what is even happening?
Life has gotten so expensive that it's not even worth trying to be frugal anymore. There's no point. You want a crashing out video about cost of living? Here's a crashing out video. So last month, our water bill was pretty high, $217 for the month. It was the highest I've ever had. I'm like, okay, let me look into this. Our usage was a little high. So I talked to my girlfriend. I say, let's try to conserve water. We did everything right. For the entire month, we turned off the sink while we were doing our dishes. We took short showers. I even used a timer during my showers. We consolidated loads of laundry. We did everything we could to save water. And you know what? We did a damn good job. We saved 500 gallons, which is awesome. You know, that is a great improvement. You want to guess how much my water bill was for this month? $215. We used 500 gallons less, and I saved $2 whole. Are you actually for real right now? But Zach, how could this be? The fees and the taxes went up so much in the course of 1 month. That's all we saved. So what's the point? Why am I being frugal about it? Doesn't make any sense. Just 5 years ago, my water bill was $130 a month. Granted, it was just myself. Now we're 2 people. I get it. It's going to go up, but come on. There is no such thing as saving money here anymore. There is no such thing as getting ahead, putting together a retirement. None of that. It is impossible. I don't know about you, but I don't think this is sustainable. I don't think anybody can afford anything anymore. And it's getting scary.
After hearing these stories, one thing became clear. When the cost of living rises faster than paychecks, politics quickly becomes personal. Families don't just notice the numbers on economic reports, they notice the price of milk, the rent that is due every month, the gas tank that costs more to fill, and the grocery bills that seem to grow every week. Economists point out that inflation is influenced by many factors, including energy prices, interest rates, supply chains, consumer demand, and government fiscal trade and policies. That means no single policy explains every price increase. Supporters argue that some economic policies create short-term pain in pursuit of long-term goals, like boosting domestic production or reducing dependence on imports. Critics argue that certain policy choices can raise costs for businesses and customers, making everyday life more expensive. Whatever your political views are, most Americans agree on one thing. They want affordable food, affordable housing, stable fuel prices, and a stable economy where hard work provides real financial security. Because campaign promises may win elections, but it's the real cost of everyday living that shapes how people judge their leaders. So what do you think? And what's having the biggest impact on your wallet today? Is it gas? Is it groceries? Is it rent? Or something else? And what policy do you think would make the biggest difference? Share your thoughts in the comments respectfully, and before you go, do well to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next.